Hi there, Vesta. Welcome, everyone. We'll wait just a few seconds for more people to jump onto the Facebook Live. Today is Tuesday, June 11th. I hope you all have had a great weekend. I did a little traveling, a quick road trip over the weekend. One of my friends and fellow demonstrators from Toledo, Julie Heights, she and I were guest demonstrators for two other demonstrators, Tony Shaw and Jean Hoffman. So Julie came to my house on Thursday. We went to dinner with some of my family, spent the night, and then we left to drive to Sayre, Pennsylvania on Friday. And then on Saturday was the ladies' day out with the Fab Four, and I got to be one of the Fab Four. So it was really a lot of fun. The event was in Waverly, New York, with just literally a few miles from Sayre. We had a great time. Everyone's projects were wonderful. I met great people, and I'm sure some of them will become friends through our Stampin' Up interest. And I just really enjoyed it. And then we hopped back in the car on Sunday and drove home. So it was a good bit of travel for a short time, but well worth it. And it reminded me that the best part of my job as a Stampin' Up demonstrator is the connections that I make, the people that I meet, the friendships that I build. So just a whole lot of fun. I hope you had a great weekend as well. For today's, I first should show you a couple pieces of Happy Mail that came to me while I was gone. So thank you to Carol Helms and Nadine Scouten. I appreciate you taking the time to send me some Happy Mail. I love Happy Mail just as much as all of you do. Today I thought for today's Facebook Live, I would show you my presentation from the Ladies' Day Out with the Fab Four event on Saturday. And I'm going to make 4 cards today. So I'm going to flip my camera around now, and while I'm doing this, would you please share this video and invite others to join us this afternoon? You can even tag your friends in the comments to bring them right here. So at the event on Saturday, each of us 4 demonstrators was responsible for a project and presentation. And you know, if you've been watching me a while, that one of my favorite things to do is create quick and easy cards with one-sheet wonders. So that is what I did. I featured the Flowering Zinnias Designer Series paper. I bet many of you are already familiar with this, but I'll just kind of sift through here really quickly so you can see some of the designs. I love the bright colors here. They're so fun, so cheerful, very summer-like, and perfect for making wonderful cards and scrapbook pages. So first I'm going to show you what they made, and then I'll make another set using a different sheet of the Flowering Zinnias DSP. I also use the Simply Said stamp set because I just needed sentiments. I'm letting the Flowering Zinnias DSP do the work. Flowering Zinnias DSP does have a coordinating stamp set and dies. So this is what they got, and you will get this too when I add this to my blog post after this Facebook Live. So they got the one sheet wonder and the 2 card sketches, which is what we're working from today. So each person started with a 6x6 piece of designer series paper, and I showed them how to cut it just like this. I have my paper at the 3 3/4 inch mark, and then I turned each of these rectangles and cut 1 inch off of the bottom. So this will be used to make my first card, card A, and then I'm going to do the second, or the same thing with the second piece of DSP and cut off 1 inch from the bottom, and I'll use this for card B. Oh, Kathy Dwyer says it's rainy in Florida today. Yesterday was very cool and very cloudy, very dark here in Central Ohio, but today is a beautiful day. This morning I went to the Columbus Zoo with my daughter Andrea and granddaughter Riley and my sister Joan, and we had a really, really nice day. Okay, my card bases are made from pumpkin pie, 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and I scored at 4 1/4 down the middle. Put those aside. I have basic white cardstock for the inside of each of my cards. You'll find that the pieces of cardstock I'm using are exactly the same for both cards. So the inside white measures 4 inches by 5 1/4. And the front of each of these cards has a layer of lemon lolly. And these both measure 5 1/8 inches by 3 7/8. Okay, 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And the stampers, the crafters that day, just followed along with the card sketch I gave them and created their cards with me showing them how to cut that 6x6 DSP and how to put the pieces together to make 2 quick and easy cards. So there's card A, and now I'm going to do card B, so you can see how each of the pieces I cut from the 6x6 one sheet wonder is being used. Place that right there. And this will go on the front. So again, all of the pieces of cardstock you see me using are the same for both cards. That also makes these extra quick and easy. And it's really just cutting the DSP from the one sheet wonder that was different for each. So now I'll add some sentiments. And, oh, I already pulled them out. I've got happy birthday and let's celebrate. So I'm going to be using those and stamping in pumpkin pie ink. So my ink is matching my card bases. So there's let's celebrate. And happy birthday. And then I showed them one of my favorite tips that I think many of you may know. If you're new, perhaps not, but I'm cutting each of the angles on my sentiments, or each of the ends on my sentiments at angles. So I cut one, and then I take that piece I cut off and turn it and put it at the opposite end. And I'm lining up the top and bottom edges of that small piece and my sentiment. And then I just rest my blade right along that angle to cut. So let's watch again. Cut your first angle. Pick up this piece. And that piece you cut away, you're going to line up with the top and bottom edges of the strip. I'm putting the blade of my paper snips right along that cut edge, and then I snip the opposite end. So now you can see that I have equal angles on both sides, right? Quick and easy, super fun, super easy. And then you're not fussing with trying to cut one angle at a time and making sure they're both equal. Because in the past, you might have tried to cut one and then cut the other, and it's not quite even, so you keep cutting and cutting, and then you just get frustrated. And there should be no stress and frustration in crafting and card making, right? Crafting should be our stress releaser. So there's one. Let's celebrate. I love that sentiment, love celebrate, because it's great for so many different occasions. Birthdays, retirement, graduation, a new job, perhaps promoting to a new grade, achieving something new, a child learning to ride a bicycle, right? Let's celebrate that win. And now we will add some embellishments. I'm using the adhesive back shiny sequins. Did you notice my nails? I literally did this like an hour ago. A drawer was jammed where I keep all my shipping supplies, and I kept trying to just wiggle and force it, and they both popped. But oh well, such is life. So I'll get those fixed on Thursday, right? I'm just noticing though how my polish coordinates with the Flowering Zinnias Designer Series paper. Kind of fun. Totally unplanned, of course. Who else sees their world in Stampin' Up! Colors? Am I the only one? I think not. I guess not. Okay, so there's the first two cards made with that One Sheet Wonder. Now let's make two more with a different print and a different color combination. This time I'll be using Highland Heather and Blackberry Bliss. Put this here. I need this for my sentiments. And let me show you once again how to cut that DSP. So again, I'm starting with a piece of 6x6 Designer Series paper. This one in particular with these card sketches works very well if you like both sides, okay? Both sides of the DSP. It's rare that I don't like both sides of the DSP, so this works out great. Okay, so I'm cutting at 3 3/4 inches. I'm turning each of those rectangles to the horizontal position, and I'm going to cut off 1 inch from the bottom. I'm going to flip that 1-inch piece over, and there are the pieces for card A. I'm going to do the same with the other and cut off 1 inch and flip that piece over for card B. And this time I'm just gonna do the assembly a little bit differently. It doesn't matter if you put your card bases together first and then add the DSP, or work from the DSP and put all of the card pieces together. Either way, you get the same wonderful result. It's just whatever works best for you. And I really like this combination of Highland Heather with the Blackberry Bliss. Again, I'll add white to the inside. The white measures 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to put my layers of DSP and cardstock on the front. That Blackberry Bliss layer measures 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. Okay, 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. So in addition to a very easy cards, one sheet wonder template that I'm giving you, I'm also giving you 2 very easy card layouts or card sketches. Again, the Blackberry Bliss layer is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 inches. If you're wondering why I just turned this DSP, there is no direction to this DSP, but I turned it that way because I thought this piece would cover up kind of, what do I want to say? Sort of a blank area instead of covering up a flower. See that? That's why I flipped that piece of DSP. There really was no right or wrong. It's just what looked a little bit more appealing to me. Okay, and instead of doing those same sentiments, I'm actually going to stamp a couple of different ones. I'm going to stamp Just a Note. And then I'm going to stamp Birthday Wishes. And all of the sentiments I've used today come from the Simply Said stamp set. And I believe this is an online exclusive, okay? If it's not in the catalog, which I'm pretty sure it's not, you'll find it online only, okay? We have lots and lots of online exclusives. In fact, the Flowering Zinnias are part of our online exclusives collection. So don't rely just on the catalog. Go to the online store as well, and you can shop the online exclusives. There's a place for it right in the menu. It's super easy to find. Okay, and for this, I'm going to use a 1.5 inch circle punch. And then the other one, I'm going to use a 1 3/4 inch circle punch. So it just fits. And I'm going to use a 2 inch punch. This I'm not going to add a layer to, because it would take up too much of this coordinating piece of DSP. But on this one, for card A, I do have a little more room, so I am going to mount this on a piece of Blackberry Bliss. So this is the 2-inch punch. Shelly, I'm like you. I love this DSP as well. Debbie Briggs says she loves the purple. Again, I think that Highland Heather and Blackberry Bliss just look awesome together. Just a very rich color combination. Add my birthday wishes here. And then, let's see. So I've got these rhinestones out, or not rhinestones, sequins. And I'm trying to decide what I'm gonna put where. So I think I will do, oh, this is hard decision here. Gonna do this. And then I think here, let's see. I think I will do, ooh, this is a kind of hard choice here. I'm gonna do the same color, I guess. I'm gonna put one here and then 2 small ones here. All right, get this all out of the way and I'll bring all of the cards back in. So again, okay, I use the Flowering Zinnias DSP, the Simply Said stamp set, and I'll this will be on the blog post as well. When I get this video and the photos up. But you'll get the One Sheet Wonder, and then you get the 2 card sketches. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind, because like I said, this will be on the blog post, and it will be on there so that you can download it and use it anytime in the future. When Andrea makes these for me, the green color represents the DSP. Okay, so here's my 6x6 piece of DSP, and then you can see each of the pieces on each of the layouts. Okay, the other thing to note is that you can use the card sketches at any time. You don't always have to use them with the One Sheet Wonder. Maybe you just want to make up a bunch of cards with this layout. You can do that. So while you'll get these both on the same PDF, don't think that they always have to be used together. I like to keep a file of different One Sheet Wonders. I like to keep files of different layouts that I love to use. So keep that in mind when you see that posted on my blog, stampinpeace.com. Let's see, you need a code word. How about Simply Said? If you'd like to put your name into the drawing to receive one of these cards I made in this Facebook Live, please type in the comments now, Simply Said. That's the name of the stamp set I used for all of the sentiments. Okay, this too is a online exclusive, I believe. The last thing I want to remind you of before you go is, I'll put this over here so you can see all the sentiments. This month through June 30th, through the end of the month, you can get 10% off each of our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines And you can get an additional 10% off our stamp and die bundles. Okay, we have lots of stamps with coordinating dies. Those items that are already bundled together are already priced at 10% off. But through the end of the month, you can get an additional 10% off. So it's a great time to perhaps get some things on your wish list, maybe buy a gift for a friend, or just purchase that thing you've had your eye on for so long. And if you don't have a die cutting machine, this is a great month to get that as well, since you get 10% off. And any of those sale items, those products at the sale prices, can be added to the purchase of a starter kit. So you can get them even less expensive because the sale price is what goes into the starter kit. And I would love to have you be a part of my Merry Stampers community. We're a great group of demonstrators, many hobbyists, and some business builders, and everything in between. So the starter kit is always a great deal, and I would love to have you. So if you're interested in that, you can get more information at stampinpeace.com, or feel free to contact me as well. Have a great evening, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time right here on Stampin' Peace with Mary Knabe. Have a great day, everybody.